Cooking with Vino. I'm Sari.
I'm Victoria.
If you haven't cooked with us before, we're friends that met at culinary school. We love vino and we love cooking. So we're gonna cook with Vino and hopefully you'll join us. We have a YouTube channel and a website, cookingwvino.com. So check it out. You can see all our videos. Let us know what you want to cook and hopefully cook along with us. Cheers. So today we're making cheesecake with the graham cracker crust.
Yep, and we're going to use real vanilla beans today. We're going to show you how we cut them, how we slice them, and all that good stuff.
Also, a quick shout out to Victoria with our new shirts. Very cool. Good job. Cheers. So we're going to do first is make the graham cracker crust, which is really hard for me to say. It's super easy. We have graham crackers, brown sugar, and melted butter. And we'll give you all the details on the specific amounts for each ingredient. But basically, I'm just going to combine. Oh, and while I'm doing this, do you want to talk about the wine we're drinking today?
Yep, so today we are drinking a La Vieille Ferme. I don't know if I said that right, but that's how we're going to say it.
It's delicious. It's a rosé.
It's a rosé, so it's a pink rosé from France. And it's said to be silky and juicy and have currant flavors and some cherries and citrus flavors in there.
It's really affordable too. I got this at Publix, it's on sale, but it's under $10 normally. It's super easy to drink, especially in the summertime, which in Florida we're basically in August now. So really light, easy to drink, and delicious.
Yep, and you can drink it chilled.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So for our crust, Sari has already put our butter in. Now we're going to mix in some brown sugar. And today we're using a food processor.
You could do this by hand too if you don't have one. You can even do it in your mixer. Whatever, you just need to crunch up the graham crackers so it's kind of like sand texture. And in a minute we're going to add it in the bottom, which makes crust.
Yep.
Oh, first time.
You just want to shake it up a little bit because sometimes big pieces get stuck in there. So you want to make sure you get all the pieces of graham crackers.
Yeah. You want it all to be the same size so it's easy to work with.
Okay, and we are done with that. We're going to throw this to the side.
Okay, so we have our pan here. Basically, literally, oh, there's one big piece in there. Just take this guy out, we have plenty. If you have any big pieces, either go back and keep processing it or just pull it out. And we just literally dump it out. You can take your hand, my hands are clean, I just washed them, or a spatula. Make sure you get all that in there. So you want enough to make sure that's an even layer on the bottom of the pan.
And you might need to add a little bit more butter if it's not coming together the way you want it to. So you don't want it to be super, super firm, but you don't want it to be falling apart. You want it to be able to stick together.
Yeah, and this actually feels perfect. It feels like you're at the beach. You got a little bit of wet sand, not like mud sand, but just enough where it is sticking together. And you just really pat it down into the bottom of the pan. And then you go ahead and set it aside. And at this point you could go ahead and set your oven to 325 degrees. The other thing that you'll be doing is a water bath. So you'll want to make sure you have a pan that's bigger than this. So this can sit in there, the water can be around it, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But go ahead and get this patted down, and then we'll move on to creating the actual filling for this, the cream cheese.
Cheers! Welcome back. So we have our crust sitting. It's just going to hang out while we put the actual cheesecake together.
Yep.
Which is the best part.
It is. And I forgot to mention, but my good friend Angie requested this, so this is for you. Don't forget, if you guys have an idea you want us to make, let us know and we'll do it. We'll record it and we'll give you a fun shout out. Yep. Cheers.
We've also went ahead and preheated our oven. So we got that going.
We do. We got it going, 325. And so the first part to this is to add your cream cheese. Now we're just making one. So this is 20 ounces of cream cheese. It's just gonna go right in.
You can use low-fat cream cheese, or you
Yeah.
can use regular cream cheese.
You could even try a flavored cream
You could
cheese.
do a flavored
You
cream
wanted to?
cheese. Be interesting, maybe.
Yeah, like pumpkin one or something. We're getting close to a time where everything's pumpkin again. Okay, so that goes in. You also want to add your sugar. Right in there, regular sugar, and then a little bit of salt. You want to do that? I got cream cheesy hands. So once we put the salt in there, basically we're just going to combine it, and we want it to get smooth. So we want it to, you know, the sugar is kind of grainy. We want it to just condense and all be basically one smooth mixture. And then we're going to add some heavy cream and eggs and vanilla, and that's pretty much going to be it. So you're going to probably want to do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. You might need to stop and scrape down the side. To help too to get your cream cheese a little bit soft, room temp, kind of like when you're creaming sugar and butter and cookies. Cheers! All right, so our cream cheese, sugar, and a little bit of salt has been mixing for a while. It's nice and smooth. So at this point, what we want to do is have our eggs and our egg yolk. Again, we'll give you specifics on the ingredients, but we're going to want to add these a little bit at a time so it fully incorporates.
Yep.
So, kind of like most baking, you just want it to fully get in there, and you can turn it up. Just careful when you first put it in, because I made a mistake the other day of turning it up and then everywhere. So, just a little at a time until you basically don't see the yellow of the egg anymore, and then you can add a little more. In this recipe, we basically used 3 eggs. It's going to differ a little bit because it was 5 ounces of eggs. So depending on your egg size, it took us 3 eggs, and then it was a ½ ounce of egg yolk, which actually just was 1 egg yolk for us. But it's going to differ, so really handy to use a scale. Yep. So we'll pour the rest of those in there, let that incorporate, and then the last 2 ingredients that we have are heavy cream, 2.5 ounces, and then calls for vanilla. We're lucky enough to have vanilla bean, which is really hard to find and also very expensive. We have it, luckily. So we're going to use that. You can also use vanilla extract. You can use a little of both, too, if you really want a strong vanilla flavor. If you do have vanilla bean, we're going to use a little heavy cream, so you could steep it in the heavy cream. You just want to make sure and cool it down. Because if you were to put hot cream into here, it's going to curdle and cook the eggs, and then you're going to get an omelet, not cheesy.
Yep.
Which
I've never had a sweet omelet.
me neither. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and add the heavy cream, and then Victoria's gonna show you how to work with the vanilla bean.
Yep. So this is what I'll show you. This is what our vanilla bean looked like. So we had pretty big vanilla beans.
Big beans.
They're pretty strong. So what we did was cut it in half. So this is half of a vanilla bean, and then we went ahead and cut it in half again. And what we're gonna do is take our knife. And if you see, look down in the corner, you can see all these little beans in here. Those are your those are your pods. It's your vanilla flavor. So we're just gonna scrape those out, and we're gonna drop it in there.
It doesn't look like you get a whole lot in there, but it's very potent.
Very
So,
strong.
kind of similar. I mean, vanilla extract. If you put too much of that in there, it's really strong. So you don't need a whole lot. Vanilla beans store really well if you do get your hands on one. They store really well in the fridge for a long time. Mine that I used the other day, I think I had for over a month.
Yep.
So just store it. I put it in like a plastic bag in the fridge. You can freeze them too. But yeah, you just want to put them in there.
Yep. And I went ahead and put the pod in there just while it's mixing.
Extra flavor.
And there's some extra bead pods in there that I didn't get out. And mixing it will just kind of
All out.
take it all out.
And then we can just pull them out before you put them in.
Yep.
You wouldn't want to leave those in when you bake.
Yeah.
Then someone will get a piece of the pot.
Might not be too bad, but probably won't be too good either. Okay. Move our vanilla down. Put that in there.
Just let it mix another few minutes, and that is all the ingredients that need to go in here. We already did our graham cracker crust, and then we have our oven preheated at 325. The water bath is something we could talk about now too. So the water bath is basically putting a larger pan around this one with a couple inches of water in it. It's recommended to use like warmer water. Basically, it helps it cook evenly, and then if you use a little bit of warmer water, then the temperature of the water and the temperature of the oven are closer together, so it will bake evenly.
Yep.
But it avoids like a cracked crust. It just helps it bake evenly.
Yeah.
There's probably more reasons.
It keeps it from drying out.
Yep. And then 325 for about an hour and 25 minutes, but each oven is different. So you basically just want it to be fully set and a little browned.
Yep. And we're also going to wrap the bottom. Because we're using, like if you can see it, we're using a springform pan.
Which is ideal for cheesecake.
Yep, it's ideal for a cheesecake, but it's not completely connected. So we're just going to wrap the bottom with aluminum foil. This helps keep water out of it. We're just going to do 2 layers.
And it helps insulate it too, which helps keep the temperature even.
Yep. Cheers. Okay, so we are back. Our cheesecake is creamy. If you can see all those little dots.
Vanilla.
You can kind of see all those little dots. Those are our vanilla beans. We fished our vanilla beans out.
We did.
Now we are going to just pour it in our pan. I'm going to pour it while Sari scrapes.
Scraper is a very important job.
Yep. We're using a 8-inch pan.
Yep. You can use a bigger one too. I mean, the only difference is it's gonna be bigger around the circumference, if that's the right term. I don't know.
Yep.
All that stuff. But it's just gonna be thinner. So this is gonna be a little bit thicker. It really doesn't matter whatever pan you have, and if you don't have a spring form, it will still work. Oops. It's just a little bit easier to get it unmolded.
You can even use like these little cups.
Yeah, individual ones. That'd be cute.
It's $1 at Walmart.
That'd be cute for a party. Okay, so really now the oven does all the work. We're gonna put it in our water bath, and then we're gonna cook it for an hour and 25 minutes. Check it again, 325, and then we can update you from there. But basically, it needs to chill for a really long time.
Yep.
So you gotta make this the day before you want to eat it. So you probably should have told them earlier. Sorry. Anyways, okay. Do you want to put it in the water bath and then see you in about an hour and 25 minutes?
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Big glass of wine. See ya.
Okay, so our cheesecake is done. We've let it chill for what?
8 hours.
8 hours, and we're back. So now
We're gonna put whipped cream, anything you want on top. Chocolate, caramel. We're just eating it plain.
tastes like New York cheesecake.
It does. And you know, it's a little bit thinner. Depending on the size of your pan, it's thicker or thinner, but
It's really good. It's good.
well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Cheers. And hope you guys make this and let us know what you think.
Yep. Check out our other videos. Lots of fun stuff.
Yes. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.